Hi. It's been raining for 3 days like this. It's cold, the beginning of January, and it would be really nice to have a fire now to cook maybe, or to just pass the time and keep you warm. Thing is, under these conditions, it's also relatively hard to make a fire. Everything is wet, but still, it's quite possible. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how to find tinder and firewood and how to start a fire under these conditions without any problems. I have with me a pocket knife and a ferrocerium rod, and now we head out in the forest and see what we can do. The first material I would like to show you is birch bark. The bark of birch is black and white. This is how you recognize the tree, and it contains a lot of terpenes, which make it quite flammable, and in that way it's different from the bark of most other trees, so it's important to use birch. And I'm gonna peel off the bark from this fallen trunk. The outer layer is wet, but inside it keeps dry and it burns very well. This is what we got. I'll just put it in the pocket to keep it a bit dry. The next resource I'm going to show you is pine fatwood. This is a pine tree, and it produces resin that accumulates in some parts of the wood, and when the wood is completely saturated with that resin, it becomes waterproof and highly flammable, and also resistant to rot. And this is how we're going to find it. So we look for an area where living pine trees grow, and then we look out for a windfall that is uprooted. So this here looks like a pine trunk. You can see here some kind of fibery, veiny texture. This is what pine wood looks like, at least in the roots here. And then if we find a partly rotten tree trunk, we look out for the portions of the wood that are not rotten, that are still firm. And these are often fatwood. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my saw and cut into it and smell it. So fatwood has a really strong kind of lemony pine smell. Smells really good. This could be fatwood, so let's cut it off. Now, this is an excellent piece. You see, it's almost transparent. It's completely saturated with resin. I'm going to see that I collect some more from this trunk. Some pine trees accumulate resin also in the points where the side branches go off. So we're going to check here, saw it off, smell, and see if there's any fatwood in there. So we were successful. It has the smell, and the wood is dark red and somewhat glassy. I will immediately take out a bit of the wet outer layer here. The last item on our shopping list is firewood. This here is a dead spruce tree. We're gonna take it down and take it to the fireside. This is perfect because it's relatively thick but not too thick. We can still handle this wood, and inside is gonna be dry. We're gonna take it down and then take it to the fireside where we prepare it further. Fortunately, it has stopped raining, so I can show you outside how to prepare the wood with better light. I'm gonna cut it into smaller pieces. For the big pieces, I will use the lever method. I will make an incision and then place the trunk between two very strong support points with the incision pointing outwards. Make sure not to damage anything. Take off the bark and then split some pieces for kindling to start the fire. I'm gonna make 2 wedges from this piece of wood to split the logs. Okay. Here you see a small crack running. Drive them here into the groove. The inside is very dry and it's only wet on the outside. Nice. The next step is to work with the fatwood that we collected. So the goal is to prepare really fine shavings. The finer they get, the easier they light. Now I'll make some larger ones. The rest I will simply use as firewood. Now for the birch bark, we scratch the surface here from both sides until it makes a little spot where the sparks can catch. And then we rip it into strips to catch fire more easily. I've built the firewood in a small pile. You see the long trunks in parallel. This grid is very nice because it lets air come from down. Otherwise you can support some trunks on some pieces of rock or other pieces of wood so that they come higher. And here built a small base. This is where we're gonna start the fire. so the fire will then eat itself into that pile. Now let's get started with this one here. See how that burns. You see, it really burns like a barbecue lighter. While we wait that the heat sets the bigger pieces on fire, I'm gonna show you how to ignite the birch bark. I found all the material that we needed in just a 100-meter radius around the fireplace, so I hope I could show you how to find birch bark, fatwood and firewood in the nature even when it's wet and raining. If you know how to find fatwood, you will never have to carry commercial barbecue lighters with you to start a fire. Using this method, you can even break down small trees using only a pocket knife. Now it's time to enjoy. Thanks for watching, like and share if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on outdoor cooking.